Hi, I'm Brianna.
Hi, Aundrea.
We want to share with all the ladies, girls out there that have been going through a lot of things, and by things I mean void, because there are a lot of voids in girls' life, like insecurities, a lot of neglection from your own parents,
Most definitely.
and they're not trying to, but it just happens. So we're going to share our own situations, kind of long story short kind of thing.
So one of the voids that I've been trying to fill in my life, I'm 20 years old. I had a break with God, and I was, kind of dating not a Christian man, guy. He was 24, I was 20. And he, eventually ended up breaking up with me. And so it just crushed me. And that because I was trying to fill my void with him instead of God, my void just got bigger. And of course, in the moment, I didn't realize it until he was gone, And then when he was gone, my void was just so big that I felt like I was literally dying, That's what I really think broken heart is. It's like you've gotten so consumed with somebody that they've taken the place of God, which creates an even bigger wound for when they leave, to God to have to come in to heal. So I'm in that healing process right now, and my void is definitely in a lot better place than it was before, because God is filling it now. I could always use more and more of Him, more of God. I just now, I don't think about Him as much as I used to, and I'm happy and I'm excited about what God's about to do in my life, But that healing process didn't start until I realized that I needed God in my life as the filler of that void and not anything else. So, yeah, just want to share that. And why don't you tell us about yours, Bria?
Alright, so basically, since we're sharing ages, I'm 12, and I have an issue with insecurities. I started kind of in 3rd grade, which is very sad because I was really young then, and I was dealing with insecurity without knowing it. And, I became friends with someone that I really didn't need to be with, and one thing led to another, and, I was really in sin, doing things behind my parents' backs and everything, and I really didn't have any good influences in my life at the time, other than Aundrea when she was here and everything, and but even then I wouldn't really let her in because I was very unsure about myself. I didn't understand why I felt that way. I didn't really understand the meaning of insecurity until I asked, and when I asked, I still didn't realize that it was for me, that insecurity was what I am going through right now. And a lot of the times with my insecurity, I feel like there's like a gap in, like, it's like overcoming my mind and my whole thinking process, and I feel like I have to act like my surrounding, and so my void just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I try to fill God in there, but I can only get Him in there in those little spots that I want Him in, and then I just go back into how my surrounding is, and it's just kind of like I push Him out of what He needs to be in. And so it's like my void is kind of molded into my life now, and I'm just kind of trying to dig my way out and really try to get out.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think, like, God is, like, calling you to do when you're, like, in the surroundings where you can just conform? Like, has He spoken to you anything about, like...
Well, I don't, I really don't know anymore. I used to know, I feel like in my head that God has given me a voice to speak out, because when I see someone in the wrong and I know they're in the wrong, I really want to speak out against it and, tell them, this isn't right, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But I hold it in and I decide to join them.
Yeah.
Because I think about it and I don't exactly know who I am, so I don't know how to act.
Yeah.
So I just act like the others around me, and some of those people aren't very good for me.
Yeah, and I think it's okay not to know what to do yet, because it's like God's going to show us, I don't know what to do. Like, I just want that person who God has for me to just pop out of nowhere. That's my answer. Bling! Hi, marry me. Or the ring. And you just want to be like, oh my gosh, I'm confident. Suddenly I don't feel like I have to do what they're doing, you know? But just letting Jesus fill that void for us, and we know that He's the only one who can. So now we just have to trust Him, because He will. Like, I truly believe that He will, like, show us. And if, like, whoever's watching this video, you have a void too that, maybe you haven't identified it yet.
Yeah.
But if you know it, you just say, God, I need you, instead of what I've been trying to fill this void with, this empty place in my heart, this longing, or, this needing to be accepted, needing to be loved, needing to be noticed. Like, if you kind of let God, take that place instead of the things you've been filling them with, He'll help us. He'll help us.
Definitely. He has done a lot of things for me, and I guess some insecurities are less painful than others. And with my insecurity, with me just being insecure, it's not that it's painful, but when I think about it, it's not breaking my heart, but it's like I don't know how to explain the feeling. When I really put my head to it and I start thinking about, how I am, I start feeling kind of hurt, and I kind of start like blaming myself for letting go of God and the relationship that I had with Him in 3rd grade without even knowing it and not watching myself, and and some voids, it's going to take a while, it is, because it's been there for so long. And sometimes it takes you a while to identify it. And when you finally do, it makes you feel a lot better knowing that you know what your void is and you know what you can do about it now. And so you don't have to worry about feeling that emptiness. I mean, it might still be there, but at least you know what it is. And that's how I felt when I really thought about who I am and what I'm being right now.
And the one thing, although we have things that we are insecure about ourselves, is we can be secure in the fact that it's in God's hands.
Yeah.
Because we've given it over to Him, and that is a huge relief.
And that's one thing that you do need to do. When you do have that insecurity, you need to give it over to Him. Don't hold it in because you feel like there's no one there. And also, that's another thing, you need to hook up with some friends. You need to go to the right friend. Like, I can go to her because, she's known me since I was little. She's very Christian. She's very Christian. She's a very godly woman. She's in her word, and she really loves God, and she really has a lot of knowledge about Him. So I go to her because I know she knows what to do, and I know she knows how to answer my questions. And, and a lot of the times, sometimes you might not have someone like that, and all you can do is go to God. And I know that can be frustrating because you want the physical. You don't want the spiritual. But, you can just go to God like I'm talking to you guys right now. You just talk to Him like I'm talking to you,
Kind of just like, hey, Lord, yeah, you're up there. Actually, you're right here. You're in everything. You're God. So, you know my heart, know my problems. Help me!
Yeah, pretty much. And, the more you do that, the more you get excited about it. Sometimes you can even start over. Sometimes, you might not be right with God, and when you go to Him with that one little thing, sometimes it's like a whole new relationship has opened up with you and Him, and it's just an amazing feeling, and I've felt that a lot, but I've lost it, and you have to persevere in the decisions that you make with God. You have to have a lot of perseverance.
Yeah. So don't lose hope, and we just want you to know that your void doesn't have to be continue to be filled with all these things that really don't fill it. God can truly heal the void in your life if you let Him. So, yeah, just play